Christian church takes shape. The Christian religion is one of ancient Rome's most important legacies. Christians are followers of Jesus, who, according to Christian scripture, was put to death on a Roman cross in the 1st century CE. Christians believe that Jesus was the Son of God, that God sent him to earth to save people from their sins, and that he rose from the dead after his death by crucifixion. Initially, the Romans persecuted Christians for their beliefs, yet the new religion continued to spread. In 313 CE, the Roman Emperor Constantine issued a decree allowing Christians to practice their religion freely. In 395 CE, Christianity became the official religion of the Roman Empire. At the start of the Middle Ages, all Christians in Western Europe belonged to a single church, which became known as the Roman Catholic Church. After the collapse of Rome, the church played a vital role in society. In part, it was one of the few ties that people had to a more stable time. The church provided leadership and, at times, even organized the distribution of food. Monasteries, or communities of monks, provided hospitality to refugees and travelers. Monks also copied and preserved old texts, and in this way helped keep both new and ancient learning alive. The spread of monasteries and the preaching of missionaries helped bring new converts to the Christian faith. The organization of the Roman Catholic Church. Over time, church leaders developed an organization that was modeled on the structure of the old Roman government. By the High Middle Ages, they had created a system in which all clergy members had a rank. The Pope, who was the Bishop of Rome, was the supreme head of the Roman Catholic Church. He appointed high-ranking clergymen, called cardinals, to assist and counsel him. These cardinals ranked just below the Pope in the church hierarchy. Archbishops came next. They oversaw large or important areas called archdioceses. Below them were bishops, who governed areas called dioceses from great cathedrals. Within each diocese, priests served local communities, called parishes, each of which had its own church building. The increasing power of the church during the Middle Ages, the church acquired great economic power. By the year 1050, it was the largest landholder in Europe. Some land was gifted to the church by monarchs and wealthy lords, while other land was taken by force. The medieval church added to its wealth by collecting a tithe, or tax. Each member was expected to give 1/10 of his money, produce, or labor to help support the church. The church also came to wield great political power. Latin, the language of the church, was the only common language throughout Europe. Church officials were often the only people who could read. As a result, they kept records for monarchs and became trusted scribes and advisors. At times, the church's power led to conflict with European monarchs. One key struggle involved Pope Gregory V and Henry IV, the Holy Roman Emperor. Gregory was elected pope in 1073. An ambitious leader, he undertook several reforms, such as forbidding priests to marry and outlawing the selling of church offices, official positions. He also banned the practice whereby kings could appoint priests, bishops, and the heads of monasteries. Only the Pope, announced Gregory, had this right. Gregory's ruling angered Henry IV. Like rulers before him, Henry considered it his duty and privilege to appoint church officials. He called a council of bishops and declared that Gregory was no longer pope. Gregory responded by excommunicating Henry. This action meant that Henry was thrown out of the church and, therefore, could not gain salvation. Gregory also said that Henry's subjects were no longer obliged to obey him. The Pope's influence was so great that Henry begged forgiveness and was readmitted to the church. For the moment, his action revealed the Pope's authority, even over an emperor. But future rulers and popes would resume the fight over the rights of the church versus those of the state.